One, two, three, one, two. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the lesson here for Old Rugged Cross in the key of G. As you just saw and heard there, I played through two arrangements, and we're going to start breaking down that first arrangement right now. We'll bring the camera on in, put the tabs on the screen. If you'd like to access the full-length version, download the tabs, the audio tracks, and learn everything I played note for note, click the link in the description to learn how. Also, if you enjoy my lessons and my song selection, be sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the button down there, subscribe. It's easy to do, and you can always know when I come out with new lessons. So let's go ahead and start walking through that first arrangement. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so let's go ahead and start breaking down the Old Rugged Cross here. We're going to do the first arrangement here. It's more of the Carter style arrangement. And keep in mind, we are also in 3/4 time signature as well. So let's go ahead and put the tabs up on the screen here. And it starts on beat 3. We've got a pickup there. And let me play those first 4 bars for you, and then we'll break them down. And they sound like this. So 1, 2. Okay, and I went on to measure 5 just a little bit there. So that pickup there in the first measure is 2/3, 2/8 notes here on the A string, 2nd fret, and then the 3rd fret. And as you heard there, and you hear on the audio tracks or the performance intro there, I kind of slid in to that 2nd fret note. And I'll be doing a lot of sliding into various notes, especially this first arrangement's really simple. But with some simple slides, it gives it, again, a little bit more expressiveness. So yeah. And it's a quick slide too. It's not like an 8th note slide, but 1 and, or I should say 3 and then the next measure, we go to the open D string. I'm gonna finger the G chord and I strum the G. So that's what the 003 is, essentially the top half of the G chord that I'm strumming. And again, I'm choosing to strum the G or finger the G with the pinky down there below, not necessarily the full G some of you might be used to, but I'm gonna do this style of G in this arrangement. And then the next beat, I'm gonna go to the 4th fret on the A, and then the 2nd fret on the D. And that 4th fret on the A all by itself is going to sound kind of weird. It's like sharp 4 out of the scale, which is kind of awkward here, but that's what gives this tune, this melody, its uniqueness, is the way the melody sits. And again, I did slide into that 4th fret note. You don't have to do any of these slides, but again, they just add a little bit more sauce, if you will. Those first 2 measures, 1, 2. So in the 3rd measure, again, I land on the open D, I strum that chord, and then 0, 1 on the D. And then the next measure, I'm going to finger my C chord, I'm going to play the 2nd fret of the D string, and you're already there, and I strum the C, and then 1, 4 on the D string. So a big stretch there for the pinky, but, and again, that note is in the scale at least, the F sharp. Might sound a little bit dissonant all by itself, but it's there. Okay, so let me put all 4 of those measures in context. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, and if you're not familiar with 3/4, the feel of 3/4 or 6/8, they are very similar. You want to have that emphasis on beat 1, just as a basic, as a baseline, if you will. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you can picture yourself perhaps waltzing or dancing to a waltz, just think about it as the emphasis on beat 1. So let me play those 4 measures, and then we'll move on here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's move forward. Measures 5, 6, 7, and 8. Put them up there. They sound like this. 2, 3. Measure 9, kind of finishing that first phrase or first sentence, if you will. So measure 5, I'm going to play the 2nd fret, D, and you're already there. If you're got your C chord fingered still, 2nd fret D, then I strum. Then it's going to be 2nd fret, 3rd fret. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to shift up into this D/F sharp shape. So I'm 4th fret on the D string right here with the 3rd finger. My first finger's on the G string, 2nd fret. 2nd finger's on the B string, 3rd fret. And again, 3rd finger on the D, 3rd fret. Or 4th. That's the 4th fret note. And again, this is an F sharp with the 3rd finger. I love this shape. I use it all the time. And again, it's kind of like a D/F sharp. And what that means is that we're playing a D chord, but the F sharp is in the bass. And in this case, more the melody note is in the bass, right there on that 4th fret of the D string, which again is an F sharp note. So it's first inversion for those of you who are keeping score at home, where we put the 3rd in the bass. Okay, so quarter note there, I'm going to play that note, and then I'm going to strum that partial, strum that chord, I guess. And the high E is open. I don't have it marked to strum, but if you hit it, that's totally fine. It kind of gives it this D9 sound. But otherwise, I'm just kind of searching for those middle 3 strings there, the D, the G, and the B when I strum. And then 4/2 slide on the D, so I'm going to shift down with that finger. And then the next measure, open D, and then 3rd fret A. And then right here we have a tie, right? The note is in parentheses, which means we don't play it. There's no pick direction below it. Again, we're tying over 2, and it's just for a half a beat But again, that's what the note in parentheses means. And so we have a double up in there, so a little bit of a syncopation. Again, this arrangement is largely straightforward, in the Carter style, but again, there's just a little bit of syncopation here. And that timing is 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. And the only reason I'm lifting off is I want to clip that note off. I don't want that to ring over the open D. So again, 1 and 2 and 3. Open D, 3rd fret A, open D on the upstroke, and then a quarter note on the A string, 3rd fret. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3. And then the next measure, 2nd fret on the A, finger my G chord, and then strum. And then 0-2 hammer on the A. And then I will land on the 3rd fret of the low E, the G bass note, on the screen. That note wasn't on the screen there, but so let me play all 4 of those in context, starting from the C there, measure 5. So 1, 2, 3. This piece is slow, and it's a beautiful melody, so I'm trying to be as delicate as I can while I play. I'm searching for good tone, so you really just want to watch your touch and your feel on the guitar here. So let's move on. Measures 9, 10, 11, and 12 sound like this. 1, 2, 3. (10, 11, and 12 are exactly the same as 2, 3, and 4, okay? Exactly the same things going on there. We're kind of, it's kind of like A prime, right? We had the A part, and now we're going to do the A part again, but it's going to be slightly different, thus the A prime. So the melody is the same. I'm going to brush over this part a little bit quicker since we've already been over it. But measure 9, we got 3rd fret low, E, got the G chord, we strum it. And right here, we're going to hammer 2 to 3, which we didn't do the first time, but you can do that or not, or pick it. But 2, 3 hammer on the A, and then everything else here is the same. Open D, strum, 4 on the A, 2nd fret on the D. The next measure, open D, strum, and then 0-1 on the D, kind of chromatically walking to that melody. And then next measure, 2nd fret on the D string, we land on our C chord, strum, and then 1-4 on the D. Again, that stretch with that pinky there. You can use the 3rd finger too if the pinky isn't strong enough. That's totally fine. This piece is slow, so we have some leeway about our fingering. That's just what I'm gonna do. So those 4, one last time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then moving on here, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, a lot of measures. We're gonna end this verse part and get into the chorus. Again, I've got the solo written up for both parts. So measure 13, starting there, here's what they sound like. 2, 3. Walk down to the 5 chord, to the chorus. But measure 13, I'm on the C. I play the 2nd fret of the D string, which I'm already there. I strum. And then I, again, kind of chromatically walk up to the melody. 2nd, 3rd, 4 on the D. And I get into that, again, that D/F sharp shape right there. That inversion, if you will. Quarter note there, 4th fret of the D. I strum the D chord, and And then it's 2-0 on the D. So 1, 2, and 3, and then the next measure here, measure 15. We got some double stops, okay? And I am gonna slide up into there. Okay, so it's 5 on the G, 5 on the B. And a couple different fingering choices, but I'm going to use my second finger on the G string and my third finger on the B string. And so it's just all quarter notes here, but I want to make sure I get nice clean double stops. So on the right hand, the technique's got to be, you know, just so, watching, again, your feel, your touch on the guitar. So 5 and 5, and then I come down a couple frets here, or 4th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, and then I go all the way down to 2 and 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and again I'll slide up into those 5s. It's all quarter notes, just nice double stops. Got the melody note and I'm harmonizing it, okay? And then I'm choosing some harmony notes, of course. And then the next measure, continue with the double stops here, but they're open strings, G and B. And then I strum the G chord, 0 to hammer on the D. And then I slide up to the 5th fret on the D. Then the 4th fret, come on down, and then the 2nd fret. Just quarter notes, walking down, 1, 2, 3. So let me play all 5 of those in context for you. Starting on the C. So 1, 2, 3. There it is. So let me back up. Let me go ahead and play from the beginning all through the verse part, which we just did, all the way through measure 17. Of course, if you have the Sound Slice, access to the Sound Slice software, you can use that to loop and slow down everything. But I'm going to play through, again, from the beginning all the way through measure 17. So let's do it. So here we are. From the top, 1, 2. All right, sweet. So let's move on to the next part, or the chorus part, when you're ready.